The fifth industrial revolution is coming. Some are saying it's already here. Many of us are still confused about what AI even is and how it will affect us, our jobs, and our way of life. This short series is meant to demystify AI and separate hype from the facts. Join Nick, an AI startup co-founder from California, as he interviews professionals just like you about their why and how they're using AI in their everyday life. Today's episode is featuring mental health advocate and community leader Joey Medrano from Durham, North Carolina, who sums up his approach to life like this.
If me trying something means that someone else will give it a shot because I tried it, I'll go for it.
Enjoy the episode. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't notice, I'm an AI voice. Let's join the conversation now.
A topic that's been coming up more and more is that as we start to rely on AI for different things, we'll lose critical thinking skills or kind of like our autonomy. Do you think that's true, or do you think we'll still keep it? It'll just be at a higher level, the decisions we're making?
What a good question. I like to think that there is a relationship with AI that each person wants to take. It's just being clear about what you want. And like any relationship, it's just having knowledge of that and knowing what to ask. I had to specifically ask mine. Anytime I ask something, I'm like, am I asking the right questions here? Like, give me feedback. And then it'll be like, oh, okay, well, you could do this and this. I'm like, do that for me next time. Like, just roll over for me. I need something that is going to challenge me a little bit, which is why I'm such a fan of Lumia, at least personally, is that I can't just steamroll it and be like, I'm doing it this way. It's like, well, you should consider other things too if you're feeling this way.
It's totally worth noting because I think this is the Demystifying AI show. And I think one thing that people might not understand is that these models are vast, these large language models. You can ask it lots of different questions and it has a lot of information, but they are designed, the models that people use, like the ChatGPTs, the public kind of interfaces that these companies have built, do have some design behind them that makes them do a certain thing. So like you kind of touched on it. These models are more likely to be agreeable. They're designed to get you the information. They're designed to make you happy. So they have this design and you can kind of know that and then understand more of like what it feels like to use it and why it's behaving a certain way. Knowing that for me helps remove some of the fear of these models. They're not designed to take over the world. You know, the future is the future, but right now they're really designed to do a specific task and they're less likely to deviate.
Yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, which is, I think we're dealing with a lot of AI now that's akin to Chick-fil-A employees. Where they're just like, we'll do whatever you say, we're going to move forward with it and just keep going. And I think it requires a different type of relationship with AI. And you're also hinting at something else that is important about it, is having knowledge. We can't just go off a single soundbite of something. Go and read, go and just look, try it out, really is the biggest. Anytime I tell someone that they have an issue with AI, I'm like, just go use it. And ask it something and then watch it mess up sometimes. Like it will do that. And that usually takes the wind out of someone's sails.
And maybe we should have started with this one, so we might backtrack slightly. But I can tell you're such a curious person. You love learning. You love exploring new ideas and trying things, just like you just said. People should try AI. How do you think, where does that characteristic come from for you?
When it comes to the personal life choices I make, I never want to make a choice out of fear. When it comes to learning AI and all these different tools that are available, there are people, especially in my community, that are scared. And if me trying something means that someone else will give it a shot because I tried it, I'll go for it within the right means, right? If it's self-destructive, if it's something like I said, like AI or even in my own life, there was a hesitation about getting therapy. And then I talked to friends who were just like me. They were like, I don't want to get therapy. And I was like, well, now I got to do it because then I have all these people who I know need it. The curiosity comes from, I just don't ever want to be afraid of trying something new. I grew up in a low income, first generation household. I see so many of my peers who have struggled with more and also struggled with less. I hate knowing that there's something that can be done and we could do something about it. the whole Spider-Man with great power comes greater responsibility kind of thing. I think that for me, I love humanity so much. It sounds so cheesy, but it really is my core intent is like, what can I do to help people? And that's been my calling ever since maybe I was like 23, 24. Like when I just finally had that moment of like, I'm not meant to be part of the machine. I'm not just going to be working the same job and doing the same stuff. Like I really felt called to serve people, to love them the best that I can and help connect them to things. Cause I believe that's what I can do is I have the beauty of going to college for like, out of all my family, getting that degree. And then now a lot of the people in my family are like, oh, well, he has a college degree. He must know something. So we're going to trust him when it comes to some things. The curiosity and everything just comes from the fact that I want to give everything I can to people, and especially people in the space that are wanting to help other people. I think we all need some of it. So if I can do something to help out.
What are you excited about? How are you kind of living out that sending love into the world now?
There's so many great things that are happening, just not only with like Better Mind, but also with like Alumni. Y'all have great things going. But, for the city of Durham, I'm the vice chair of the cultural advisory board there. And we just doubled our funding for festivals and events, which is like first time it's happened in 6+ years. So there's a lot of hope that I have. I think that's the thing that gets me is that, there's always got to be something scary in the background or always something scary. But for me, I never try to ignore those things. I definitely want to acknowledge them. But I believe that if we have enough people doing good things, then good's going to win. Companies are doing amazing things that have good missions. And despite everything going on, they're not stopping. Gene's a really good example of that, and highlighting other people's stories and giving them the platform to share about the things that are important to them. I don't think I answered your question, but I think there's just too much because like, I think I just refuse to focus on the negative.
No, that's perfect. Talk to me, we'll dive a little deeper. Talk to me about Durham and what you're really excited to see change for the better.
There's an openness to new resources, but there's also an openness to people. And I'm actually a transplant to Durham. I wasn't born and raised there. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas. And going there, I saw how they treated minorities and people low income differently. And I was like, this is already a place I want to be at. People, the mayor, the city council, and even the boards that I listen to, the community is so actively involved and they all want to encourage each other. I spoke at a forum regarding gun violence about Alomia that followed the mayor and the senator. And we were able to say, like, these are the resources that are available to you that you're able to use. And so I think there's just an openness to get normal people, even people that are from low income households, resources, like just great resources, but also there's an openness of the people to help and encourage each other. So it's a very infectious thing. I don't recommend visiting if you don't want to stay because they'll get you. That's how they got me.
Having communities like that is so, I want to say, underrated.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived in some very large cities. I've lived in Houston. I've lived in DC. I'm in Los Angeles now. You can get pockets of that here and there. But I don't think you'd ever hear someone talk about LA as a city the way you just talked about. I've really enjoyed this story. I think it's so fun to hear someone's background and more about why they are the way they are. Any last minute thoughts?
You repeated something better than I said it.
Yeah,
I think that's
let your curiosity be stronger than your fear.
There it is. Yeah. I want to encourage that because especially, this topic was around demystifying AI. There's so many things that people lump AI into when it comes just to the big old box of fears. You won't regret being curious because at least you'll know. There'll be no more what ifs. We get in arguments all the time about AI. Just try it. Quit arguing with me. Just give it a shot. It's not that big. But yes, be curious. That's the quote that you said. It feels very Michael Scott, where it's like Michael Scott quotes Gretzky, and he had I was like, I want it to be almost like that. My quote, Joey, and then Nick right under it, quoting me.
That's perfect. We'll get it printed out and put up on the walls.
It sounds like a plan.
These guys know the benefits me and my AI cousins bring to humankind. Join Nick and his guest every 2 weeks as they join forces to demystify AI for the rest of us. Follow Nick on LinkedIn in between episodes to keep up with his insights. Links in the comments and the description. See you next time.